Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, congratulations. Your reading is activated. This is a timeless reading that is being recorded on October 29th, 2025. It will be released on October 30th, 2025. These dates are only important so that you know when this thing was made. You might be listening to it 3 months from now or 4 years from now. It doesn't matter. It's a timeless reading. It activates when you listen to it. But it's important to know when the thing was made, right? You can go back on the calendar. You can look in your diary and see what was going on that day. What was the vibe? And that might change how you feel about the reading. So, we also begin with the empress. I love this energy. I love when she shows up because you know things are getting in order. Right? Not only are they getting in order, they are running smoothly and, yes, productive. There is an output. The Empress is very much the archetype of, well, the holy person or the saint or the, somebody who gives themselves over to a life of service, which an Empress is. She is serving her people. But there's this kind of almost like a religious trope, I guess, or motif of somebody who walks across the ground and flowers and plants pop right up. Animals follow. Everywhere they go, the sun shines. Now, the Empress is very much that energy, very much a spring Persephone. But don't be misled. Every archetype has its inversion, their consort, and all of the fractal in between. So there is so much to this archetype besides just the pink and green and flowers blooming and everything going as planned. Hopefully, that's the energy we stick with. Now, I'm going to, and we're going to lift it up and see what is this tea leaf bowl. It's not a cup. I have to say, what is it going to let us know today? All right, so we have the number 521, 521. And I want to say thank you for clicking on the reading. It's always a great honor for me. And if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. If you want to share with us, what is your favorite piece of art? If it is visual, if it is music, if it is, a sculpture or something like some kind of theatrical or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you want to tell us what you like, maybe tell us the medium that you like. I know a lot of people are doing that in the comments too, saying, oh, I like music a lot, which is fine. Yeah, put that on there. We also have the number 172. But I'm nosy, and I look at a lot of art, so I'm always interested in what people like because I want to go look at it. Okay. We are in hunter-gatherer mode, aren't we? We have the basket. We have it looks like one stick. We have some kind of warrior holding on to, it looks like a snake, but to me, it really also looks like a siren. So I feel like you've been in a situation where maybe you were dating somebody. Oh, look at that. It's like a little oil lamp. It literally just looks like an oil lamp with a genie up here holding a heart and a person over here looking. Okay, let's go back. I feel like you met somebody, or you've been with somebody, you were dating somebody, you were married to somebody. They absolutely ended up being like a scammer, or, somebody who had like zero empathy and totally took advantage of you or tried to control you. Maybe they were, I don't know, putting you down, and also like financial abuse or something like that, where there was this like extreme control, right? And I feel like as you started to realize, like, this person is like, they put on a whole show for me. Like, they formed their identity to match mine. They were mirroring you. You know what I mean? Like, not just like, oh yeah, we like, dated and got together, and then I found out like he was a total slob and had no respect for anybody. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that happens, okay? But I'm saying, like, this is a fool that told you, yeah, I like the same bands as you, I have read all of these books that you've read. I want whatever. I don't want a family. And then you get together and stuff, and you find out, like, fool doesn't even listen to music, definitely has read 0% of the books that you're into. And, I don't know, I've heard a lot of people in my age group, and I used to be, I wasn't anti having a kid, but I didn't think I could. And so I had just kind of given up on the idea. And I was into that childless lifestyle because that's what I knew. And, you meet people that are like-minded, or at least, not having kids, right? Or they don't plan on having children, and you see that in couples. And then they get to a certain age, and they, maybe one of them starts to feel like, well, I don't know if I still feel the same way I did about this. And then, yeah, you see that kind of misalignment, right? So I almost feel like you had something similar, right? Or maybe it is that you always wanted to have kids, and you got together, you got married, you're married for like 5 years, and you're like, all right, like, we're cool on the bills, everything is pretty good, I think we've saved enough money, like, this is ideal. Or if you are living like this, like, man, gold star, because that is wild. The rest of us out here like, oops, better get another job. But I feel like then it's like, yeah, so you're deep in there, and then you find out this dude doesn't even want to have a kid. Like, he's totally checked out on it. And maybe that changed over time, or maybe it was always that way. And, I feel like, well, let's just be real. The warrior part of you came on in and said, nah, you're not going to spend a second more on this siren, which is, the mer people, or originally it was a bird, half woman, that sings beautiful songs. And the sailors, they hear the song and they turn their boat and they go towards it, and then they end up hitting the rocks and drowning, right? So I feel like the warrior part of you is like, yo, at the end of all of this, we transcend our mortal coil, dude. Like, we leave the corporeal world, probably. I don't know. At the end of this, there is no more, right? So why am I going to stay with somebody who can't even be themselves, or they couldn't sell? I was going to say they couldn't sell themselves. That sounds awful. let me take a few steps back here. They couldn't sell you on who they really are, or they felt that way. And maybe they would have. Maybe you would have adored them. But there seems to be this sense of feeling misled. And also just being very kind of sad, disappointed, but also ready to and motivated to move forward. Okay? So I do feel like probably you've already had your breakup. Or you are in the process of like separating or something like that. Now, we also have, it looks like the word T-E-A-R, tear. We have envy, E-N-V-Y. And then we have, it looks like, it does look like T-O-O. I don't know. Maybe. But to me, what it really feels like is almost kind of like leaving your situation. You realize that there was so much resentfulness from your partner or the person that you were courting that it's not even by the end, it's not even that they loved you or you loved them. Maybe you still love them. I don't know. Maybe you do both love each other, but there was so much envy. So I'm guessing that you have surpassed them in some way, probably a number of ways. You are probably the breadwinner, and I don't know, maybe you're like more socially networked, or maybe, I guess perceived as more attractive or more intelligent, or, whatever. And I think it just rotted things out. And I feel like, the crying, the sadness, the lots of sadness of it all. Why do I keep doing that? I keep freaking leaning on this with my foot, and then it moves the tripod. There's the sadness, but then there's the pulling away from it all. You're starting your life over again. And I feel that you've done that. Okay, let's just be clear. Please don't sigh because it feels like something that you've already been doing. Okay, you don't have to start again. But if it is that you do, be not afraid, be not deterred. It definitely is something that is leading you towards where you want to go. Okay. Now, I also see we have a ring. We have two people running away from each other right here. But in the middle, we seem to have this like beautiful capstone. Below, we have the mountains. And then here we have, again, that, was that the one? No, there's the genie bottle down here, and we're going to talk about that. This one seems like a pew-pew. Okay. So we have the person running this way. We have two people over here running this way. I almost kind of wonder if you meet somebody like really fast. Like you're getting married in Vegas type of, you fall in love and look at, there's like the little devil horns and stuff. So I really feel that you are coming into quite a rebellion. You're falling in love. You're feeling yourself for the first time. I do feel like there is some amount of separation in your life, not just with the spouse, but I feel like with your family or their family. Maybe their family like is your only family. But it does feel like you're losing more than one person. At the same time, I don't think that this matters that much to you. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but I don't think that it's going to stop you. Okay. So we also have, I feel, in this next period of time, some self-work that's going to be taking place. I feel you really like putting some time and effort into whatever you get into, if that's like yoga or tantra or, you know, transcendental meditation or, you know, whatever it is. I feel you getting very involved and involved in the community to some aspect, but you're also just so in this love place. Just very much in this love place. And I do feel, and I'm sorry to say this, but I do feel like people within your life just can't really understand it yet. Okay, so it's going to take time for them. And maybe this is just a dalliance. Maybe it's a rebound. I don't know. But I do feel like you're enjoying yourself. Oh, we had that genie with the lamp and the heart. You have good luck coming your way. You have a wish granted. So use it wisely and really, really think about the outcome before you start manifesting this thing, okay? Get the vision boards going. Okay, we have 207. And we have a masculine person meeting a younger feminine person, okay? So I do feel like maybe this is a granddaughter. Maybe this is your child. It seems to me that they have a connection to a grandfather, an uncle, somebody who's older and has passed away. I believe that when this child was young, it was very clear to you that they had an old soul. They were maybe manifest with the remnants of a previous life or something like this. The way that they would even speak at a young age was almost seemed out of time. And I feel like this person who they never met in the physical, but I feel like you met, very, very attached to this young female family member, okay? I do believe that you must have some kind of magical ability, clairvoyance maybe prophetic dreams or visions, maybe you're a healer, maybe a lot of things, right? I feel like you are being called upon to help strengthen this child's understanding, because I think you might be the only one in their life who sees them for what they are, right? And that's something extraordinary, something I don't know all of the lore of like star seeds and stuff, or alien different, I don't know. Like my sister is all into the RH negative, I think it's called, and that kind of stuff, and human development, I think she is practiced in. And it kind of almost has a vibe like that, I guess. You know, in my paradigm, you know, we're all expressions of the same thing, right? So it doesn't matter if something is alien or not, we're all interconnected through the fractal universe anyways. But there is very much the feeling of you being the other, and so is this child. And I feel like your intervention in their education, at least magical education, is going to be profoundly important for them. Okay? Now, there's never, I don't know how you start, right? Even doing readings and giving guidance to people here at the channel and within our business, right? And also in my personal magical endeavors, because I at times work with other people. I have always had a sense of imposter syndrome, or like almost kind of like role playing at times. Now, the magic doesn't always, pan out immediately where you can see it, but I have had some pretty amazing experiences within the different kinds of operations and magic and things that I've done. So I do fully believe in most of it, and all of it maybe, I don't know, but when you start to share these, they're personal experiences, interior experiences with people in the outside world that you're, perceiving as being another person, it can feel very intimidating, right? But I do think that just talking to this kid like they're a person, destigmatizing some of the things they might be feeling or going through. People that are sensitive or have any kind of, I don't know, extraordinary abilities in this realm, tend to be overwhelmed a lot when they're young, or very detached from what's going on, socially at school or even within the home or whatever. They live in their own worlds. I know, because I was one of them. But to have somebody see them and hear them and believe them and listen to them, it makes all the difference. I remember every magical person I've ever met. I mean, everybody's magical, but every practitioner I've ever met, especially the ones that have taken time to be themselves. Not wearing the pomp and circumstance, not, putting it on, not, trying to sell a book or recruit you for something or whatever. Just who they are. Regular person, right? And I think that's it for you. That's it. Just being there, being your beautiful, flawed, magical, imperfect, and somehow also perfect at the same time being. And showing them, like, you can do all this. You have all of that. You have an extraordinary gift, and also very much could be torturous at times. The ability to live in two places at once. Right? In the external and in your interior world. And that can be very difficult. But we manage. And you know what? Sometimes it really works out for some of us. So, I see you being a great mentor. Okay? Now, let's do our lucky numbers. $21. 15, 21 again, 42. Beautiful. All right, Sagittarius, I love you. Please take care of yourself. Be safe in all of your travels. Take care of one another. We are all we have is each other, right? And yeah, I love you. Please like, subscribe, or leave a comment, and we'll talk soon.